Welcome back to the sixth webinar. There have been a lot so far. The sixth webinar on paratriathlon rules. On this webinar, we are going to cover a transition zone and special rules that exist on paratriathlon, additional what we have for the full body athletes. So some things to consider. All paratriathletes have to observe the mount and dismount line. What we mean with this has a different meaning for the hand cycle athletes and the rest of the athletes. For the hand cycle, they have to stop before the mount and dismount line, and we'll explain later on what we mean with this. The rest of the athletes, they have to follow exactly the same rule as the full body athletes. We have to provide a folding chair for every single athlete that we have inside the transition. Space, it's quite important. We need to provide 2 meter space, 2 meters by 2 meters for the standing categories, 3 meters by 2 meters for the VI category, and 4 meters by 2 meters for the hand cycle category. Especially for the hand cycle, this zone has to be marked. So the corners have to be marked and make sure that the athletes they stay within the area for doing any changes. Surface is quite important. We need to make sure that it's wheelchair accessible. So areas, for example, that are with grass, they can work on a dry day, but if we have different weather conditions, it's totally inappropriate. We always have to choose the shortest way to the transition, especially in the case where the paratriathletes are using part of the age group transition zone. And the way that we create the transition, the VI athletes have to be close to the mount line, and the hand cycle category has to be close to the swim exit. Eric, any rule which is different from what applies on the full body athletes?
So basically, there are obviously some constraints that the athletes with physical impairments have to face, which is obviously extra equipment, prosthetic legs, orthotics, arm slings, etc. So there's a wide range of equipment that may be used, and obviously taking into account the space for each athlete in their transition area. What the rule imposes is that they need to make sure that they leave their equipment within their area. It doesn't necessarily need to be in the box. And as you well know, sometimes we have bigger boxes, smaller boxes, depending what the organizer is able to provide. So as a technical official, you just need to ensure that you're monitoring that all the equipment has been left within the athlete's area. It doesn't necessarily need to be in the box. And then Thanos, like we have 2 videos now just to discuss the transition operations. These videos will be made available with the rest of the package. But in the video regarding the hand cycle, what exactly happens with a hand cycle athlete when they are at the mount and dismount lines?
So we're asking you to watch this video, as Eric said, is provided as part of the packages. So on this specific video, what we will see, what we can see a hand cycle athlete on the hand cycle, finishing the bike segment and coming to the dismount line. So this video shows the proper technical official's behavior. So the athlete has to stop the hand cycle immediately before the mount line. The front wheel cannot be on the line or after the line, it has to stop immediately before. And as soon as this happens, the technical official should say to the athlete, go, and this is when the athlete can continue moving forward. The same principle applies when the athletes are leaving the first transition for starting the bike. So again, they have to stop at the mount line immediately before the mount line. As soon as this is happening, the technical official should say to the athlete, go, in order for the athlete to continue. Eric?
Yeah, we have the second video, which if you look at it, you will identify an athlete. In this case, it's an athlete with an above the knee amputee, and he's using his bike in order to transit through transition and reach the mount line. But if you observe what he's doing, he's taking some long steps and he's actually using the bike to brace his residual limb on, which is something that we question. Is it allowed? And Thanos, you can explain why.
So for all the athletes being in the standing category in the VI, the only contact that they can have with the bicycle during the transition, it's with their hands. So they cannot have any other part of the body laid on the bicycle or supporting them from the frame. They can touch the bike only with their hands. So as such, if an athlete is resting his limb on the bike and he's using it, and using it for moving forward, then this is obviously a penalty. These are the basic rules around the transition and some keynotes that you need to keep in mind for designing transition. We're looking forward to see you again on the next webinars who are around the bike course, the bike contact, and the equipment that are allowed on the bike segment. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.